There's a lot of mistake that President Yisong said wrong. But yeah, welcome to my channel, Anira, and yeah, it's me, Ren, and yep, as the Chen Xuan, I mean, my parents, my father and both my mother in the Chen Xuan Weekly appear again. And my dad last time he did, yeah, he did gave a testimony in front I mean on live, and somehow like that was being recorded, and somehow uh on the Chinese Weekly, yeah, then they just put it up again and saying that yeah, haha, yeah, this is a very good family. And to be honest, okay, I want to clarify a few parts of it. Yes, I'm proud of my parents, and yeah, my parents having a very strong faith, and I can't really deny that. Yeah, I mean, when I mean that they have a very strong faith, in a sense, is that they are willing to face all the difficulties and the difficulties that being held by themselves. Like, for example, yeah, like basically, whenever my parents doing like all this kind of like a public Jongsong, yeah, basically it just means that the whole family, even though my father is a contractor somehow, my whole family just gonna just eat instant noodles for months. And it's not just like 1 day, 2 day. No, it's like for months, and even like we need to make it into a habit like years. Like, so a lot of people like when they see me like eating the instant noodles, they thought like, oh yeah, it's unhealthy. And to be honest, for my family, we don't care. We don't have any other things to eat right now. And yeah, like going out to eat, no, like the only thing you can eat in the family somehow sometimes is instant noodles, because it's like the cheapest one. Yeah. So basically that's how strong my parents' faith it is. Uh in a sense of like willing to sacrifice themselves. And somehow some part of the story, yes, is partial truth that being uh, say and replay on the Chinese one. Yeah, for my father's side, I think he somehow he filtered it while he's saying it, but because of the Korean translation. And if you know about Korean, you know a lot of time they don't really put like the nouns in it, and they were just like they were just like skipping all the persons like me, you, him, and just suddenly like just saying that, oh yeah, this happened, that happened, this happened, that happened. And sometimes it will be confusing. Yeah, because Asian, we like to make it like a half, like always halfway. It sounds not so offensive, but actually it's pretty offensive. But yeah, anyway, yeah, they just doing this way. And okay, so for the part, first thing I want to clarify is that they say that, okay, I want to run away from from my home right before I came to Chombo Training Center. To be honest, no. I'll talk about the timeline. Is that when I was 18, I had a girlfriend, and it's much more like a puppy love. And because of that, so somehow, since I was 6 years old to 18 years old, for these 12 years, I keep on thinking that I want to leave the house. I want to leave this home. But because of leaving this home, at first I was thinking like, okay, I can leave this home with me still keeping the faith. After that, I realized that it's like a parents matching. So that's why during the time, no, I don't want to. I just so that's why I'm like, okay, if I want to be cutting off my relationship with this family, so it means that I need to just run away from this home, and as well as the church, and not connecting with the church friends. And painful, yeah. But somehow at my age of 18, I thought I found my girlfriend. So somehow, even though it's puppy love, but I already mentioned it in my matching blessing video. I'm really like a idea type of people. All the day Lulu in my mind. So somehow like we can't really get into a relationship, and the pandemic starts, and somehow because of the pandemic, in the end, yeah, my mom also like yeah, she is really cruel, and during the time that she just asked me to block her right in front of my face, like right in front of her. It's not like doing like uh privately, but like doing directly in front of her, and it's not that she pressing it, but me pressing it. Yes, and yeah, and because of that, yeah, basically, yeah, the only conclusion, only ending you can see, break up. That's it. And during that time, yeah, I want to run away from home, and because of that time, they found out that I had a so-called girlfriend with a puppy love outside. Then my father did had a talk with me, and it is like from 9 o'clock until 3 in the midnight. During that time, it's like pretty crazy, but right now it's much more like, oh yeah, just 3 a.m. But whatever. Yeah, during that time it's pretty crazy. Yeah, and after that, that's my 18 years old. Yeah, it's like 2020, and after that, uh, because I can feel like always like whenever we have chance to meet, because like the school is like putting the different grades of students together to study, but it's not like all, only partial. And whenever there's an arrangement saying that, okay, like my grade and her grade is coming together, and the pandemic will be worse. Like it will turn to be much more worse. Then after that, yeah, the all the arrangement will be cancelled, and I don't even have a chance to see her. So somehow, like with this kind of experience, I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe God really wants to tell me something with the pandemic, and it's not coincidence. So that's why during that time, like finally, I just realized it, and I like, okay, so God, tell me the way. Yeah, tell me that you want me, and show me that why you want me to be inside the organization and whatever. Yeah, that's basically how I feel. Uh, and after that, I went to do my full time on my age of 19. And during the time, I also prepared for my blessing. So during the time, I also did my 3 day fasting and everything. But after that, yeah, I have my first communication, and it's heartbreaking. It's 2 months, and somehow I just ended right there. Then after that, after the heartbreaking, uh, 19 years old communication, then uh, after that, I went to Cambodia to become like a missionary for like a month. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, like for a month, or like just a little bit more than a month as well. Then after that, after Cambodia, I went to university. It started from June, and but then I just collapsed right after like a short semester in the end of the year. Then emotionally collapsed because I think I somehow, for me it's too burdensome, and I went to Champion for on my age of like 20, yeah, early of my 20. So uh, I mean that year, so it's like January. I went there January, and I just, yeah, make it through and everything. Yeah, in this way. And I went for a semester. Yeah, that's when my, like, I asking my dad, oh, do you have money? Yeah, that's when. It's not the before. And to be honest, did I question about it? I think I did question, but it's not something that soon, because when my father sell the car, it's much more like I knew it much more later instead of before. So I knew it much more later. So I'm like, wow, already sell the car, just want me to go to Champion. But after I came back home or something, then I just realized that, oh no, is that my sister is going to she is having a communication, and she might go to the blessing as well. And yeah, like for a little bit, yeah, not really like a stable emotion that time. And then I'm like, yeah, my sister steal my money. But yeah, that's during that time. Yeah, yeah, that's what happened. And another point that President Iggy Song mentioned wrongly is that the whole family, all the children become UPA. No, you can see me sitting right here, and I'm not going to UPA somehow. Sorry, but yeah, for me, UPA itself, and during the time, my only concern is that they don't have the subject I like, and also that it's not really my type of. I don't really agree onto that. Okay, the whole family needs to be like a UPA cadet in that sense. Yeah, so I just thinking in this way. I was thinking in this way, and yeah, that's it. And somehow, like my sister is not going to UPA as well. I think because mainly because like she also I prefer to have a subject instead of like just go to UPA in a sense. But somehow she is really clever, and at the same time she is like really engaged into church activities. So actually, I'm not really worried about her. And my younger brother, yeah, the elder younger brother. Yeah, so for him it's much more like he go to UPA because like he have a very strong calling about it. His calling, to be honest, I can't really joke onto it. Like even though I say that I don't have that kind of feeling, but I won't say that he don't have that. Why? Because like the condition that he did for it, there's like a lot, and like usually when he doing like his own personal conditions, we call it conditions. Yeah, Jongsong, like you're doing like some efforts for your spiritual life. Yeah, and it's like basic minimum is like half an hour during that time. I don't know about now because like he is living in the dormitory, so I can't really know what's his daily life. He will share about like his daily life, but it's not like, oh, today I did this and this and this, like the boring one. He just talk about the interesting story. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I don't really know it, but in the past during the time, yeah, he did it, and somehow for getting like a school fee for himself, he also went to work. He went to do fundraising. He did a lot of efforts just to get into UPA. And during the time, Malaysia Church is not even focusing on to like sending somebody to UPA, and they don't really even try during that time. Yeah, it's that they don't even really trying to show it that, oh, we appreciate you to go to UPA. They are much more like, why you are going to UPA in a sense, like in the end, like, yeah, it is like really questionable reaction. But anyway, yeah, that's happened during that time. And my youngest brother, yeah, he just somehow really liked Korea in a sense. I mean, once he graduated from secondary school, he just went to Korea for like I think he in total it's like 6 months or 9 months. I forgot, sorry, but yeah, for a pretty long time. And he was like so get used to Chongpyeong, so he can even just sleep outside on a random staircase right there. And I mean, he is well trained somehow. But yeah, it's kind of surprising for me to know it. But yeah, that's how he like it, and somehow he just being there for a few months, and he already know how to speak some Korean. So I'm like, yeah, somehow maybe he can deal with it. Yeah, so yeah, that's basically my family. Not everyone going to UPA, but yeah, very interesting story how we going through it. Yeah. So yeah, talking about my parents like going along with like to do all the frontline missions itself. Like okay, when my father is building as an advisor and building like a Cambodia headquarter church, basically our family don't have any money, and even though we're losing money, and he's still like spending money to go to Cambodia. Yeah, and after that, even like I don't think he went to Nepal summit. We went to Nepal summit. The kids, we went to Nepal summit to dance in front of True Mother. But then for the Cambodia summit, I think my father was there. Then after that is the summit in Korea. My father was there, and the summit in Palau. My father was there as well. So for Cambodia and Korea, like he is much more taking charge for translations, and for Palau is like transportations. So so it's much more like he's like running here and there. But when I mean like translation, it's not that he's the one who doing translation, but he is the one who managing all everyone like who having the equipment to translate, and that's the slots. Yeah, it's much more like a hardware provider, but specifically for translators. Yeah, basically like this. And yeah, for our family to build the Malaysian church itself as well. Yeah, actually during that time our family also don't really have a lot of money. Yeah, we all just like barely just get a little bit, to be honest. Yeah, it made me doubt a little bit like how church like they are dealing with it. But somehow, everybody will have a different type, and even with the church leader as well, like a different generation of the church leader. And at the same time, Malaysia have a very strange organization. It's called NEC. Yeah, for me, basically, I don't like it, but yeah, somehow it just exists right there with their mission accomplished in 2002. Not not two not like a recent years, but like 2002. So basically what it means that the year I born, and they already accomplished its original mission, but it just stayed there, tumor. Yeah, that kind of feeling. Yeah, they just stay there without any reason, and yeah, just don't have any reason. But anyway, it just happened in this way. Yeah, so that's basically how's my family. Yeah. And yeah, not too much thing that I need to do more explanation onto it. But yeah, like when you're listening to like to how President Iggy Song talking about it, I'm like, yeah, no. Like because it would be so wrong in a sense that somehow people just like understanding with a wrong information, and just maybe using a wrong information to judge me in a sense, and saying that why he still looks lazy and something. But yeah, nah, it's just looking at the wrong version of it. Yeah, don't care about it. Yeah. So anyway, just some corrections for me to talk about it, and yeah, if you just enjoy my show, my video, leave a like, go and share it, and yeah, I'm pretty sure someone who want to listen to it as well. And yeah, I'm going to give a testimony for this coming Sunday. So basically, I will have another like a video that talking about my Sunday testimony, and it will be around like a 40 minutes as well. I will just my focus will be on to Chombo Training Center and the privilege as international team members. But yeah, anyway, there will be more things that I just can't go through with it. Yeah, but yeah, see you all then, and see you in my next video. Peace.